Hi guys, I'm Woodcraft Hamster and I thought I'd do a quick update video on my new axes. So you may have seen some of my other video. This is the cold steel Viking hand axe that I'm going to be converting into a carving axe. But before I do that, I just want to make a sheath or a mask for the blade. A, to protect me, and B, to protect the blade. Now, I'm not a leather worker. It's a skill I'd like to learn, but I haven't got around to it yet. But I did see a very interesting article recently about wooden axe masks, and that's what I'm going to be making today. So basically, I've got a piece of, I think this is pine, just a little bit of offcut lying around the workshop, and what I'm going to do is make a mask to cover this axe. Now, it's quite an interesting concept. I'd not seen it before, and I've actually made a start already just to sort of prove the theory before I got the camera rolling. And what I've done is I've just basically, hopefully you can see it on the camera there, I've just routed out a groove inside this piece of wood, and that groove corresponds to my axe head. So as you can see, that sits in there just nicely, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do this. So I'll do the other one, and then we're going to join the two of them together. I may just sort of whittle it down a little bit just to make it a little bit prettier, and then we're going to join it together. So what I'll do, guys, I'm just going to move the camera a little bit closer in, and I'll show you what it is we're going to do. Right then, guys, so here we are. Now I'm going to be well, what should we call it, cheating a little bit today. Sorry about the noise in the background, by the way, there's some work going on just around the corner. But because this is not quite a traditional piece of woodworking, albeit it does date back a very long way from what I gather, I'm going to be using my drill. And what I've done, I've just taken a relatively large drill, but I think this is 10mm, and I have put a bit of masking tape to take me to roughly halfway through. And all I'm going to do is, using this as a guide, just put some holes all the way along the outside edge of this, just so that I can then chisel down into it, and I've got a bit of almost like a stop cut. So what I'll do, I'll probably skip through this footage quite quickly, but just so you can see what I'm doing. Right, so there you go, guys. You hopefully can see there we've just got literally a border all the way around the end. I'm just going to move the camera around a little bit more. I'll clamp this up in the vise and we'll start just paring this down a bit. Right then, guys, so I've just got my standard sort of fairly large chisel. I think it's a 2-inch chisel, and I've got this clamped quite low in the vise to start with because it's quite a flimsy piece of wood. And I'm just going to line that up with a little bit less than halfway. Take my mallet, just start splitting that down. Now, because it's pine, it splits quite readily, which is good. And now that I've got that started, I'm just going to bring it up a little bit higher, probably about halfway, and then we can carry on working that down. And then just to finish off, just bring it up past the line of the holes and just take that last piece off. And that's basically it, guys. Now what you can do at this point is either take your chisel or a knife and literally just tidy up these sort of circular edges that have been made by the drill. Doesn't have to be massively tidy, it depends on how much of a perfectionist you are, really. And what I'll do, I'll take that out the vise. But for me, I mean, that's fine. It's a little bit wonky here, but because the other one's quite deep, this will fit in really, really nicely. So basically, you've now got a mirror image here and here, Again, they don't really match up very well, but that's fine because I am going to fine tune. Sorry, I'll get that back on the camera there, guys. So they match up relatively well, you know, not quite perfectly, but I'm going to fine tune the sort of the top and the bottom anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But what I'll do, let me move the camera back round yet again, and we'll come back to this and do a bit more. So there we go, guys. All I've now done is just pinned this together with a couple of pins. Hopefully they're picking up okay on the camera there. And what I've done, I've deliberately left this bottom piece, which I'm not quite sure you can see, so that the axe will just slide out. So if I get that in shot, it'll just slide out. It won't come out the top because you've got this kind of curve at the top here. So that goes in first, and then that goes on. And all I'm going to do now, I'm just going to remove a little bit of the excess material on this, just to sort of pretty it up a little bit. Now it's not going to be massively pretty, don't get me wrong, but I just kind of want to just roughly shape it more than anything else. So there we go, guys, sanded and shaped. Hopefully you can see it's a little bit tidier, a little bit nicer on there now. I mean, it's still a very rough and ready thing. It's just really to keep this axe protected. I don't really want to pay out any money for a sheath for it at the moment. So what I've also done, I've put a little hole down the bottom here, little hole up the top here, a couple of little bits of elastic thread, just to keep it on. I mean, again, very little rattle. If I shake it around really hard, but again, normal moving around, stays on, definitely not coming off. I can just about take it off. I'll do that again actually in shot. So I can sort of pull that up like so. I mean, obviously you'd normally undo the elastic first. So again, I'd put the top one on maybe down here, just to the bottom of the head, and I'd flip this one up and over the top there, and just holds it on quite nicely. So again, guys, that was just my take on something that I'd seen online recently. When again, you can do this any type of wood. I mean, I had some sort of sawn timber hanging around, so I sort of went the easy way, but you could easily replicate this out of a piece of fresh seasoned wood or anything you like. The alternative to this is that you actually use 3 pieces of wood, 2 flat pieces, and then you just cut out sort of your centrepiece, a bit like if you're actually making a leather sheath. So you'd have your 2 sides and you'd have a bit in the middle that creates the space for the axe head to go in. So that's another option that I might try on the other axe. But I hope it was useful, guys. Comments and questions in the box below. Hit like and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I hope you'll all join me next time. Thanks, guys.